Hello there, this is Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin. Star Wars Ahsoka Episode 8, the season finale is over, and it was trash. I will be releasing a breakdown of this episode, but on today's video, we're going to talk about something that I've predicted for weeks now. That Sabine Wren is going to get Force powers. That she is going to turn into Rey 2.0. Now, the reason for that is Filoni made Sabine Ahsoka's apprentice off-screen after Star Wars Rebels, and it's revealed that Sabine does not have Force sensitivity. She has very low potential and would not be accepted at the Jedi Academy. In the first episode, she gets completely Reva, doesn't know how to use the Force. And then in episode 3 of the series, Ahsoka is training her, and she is trying to give her some pointers, but tries to use the Force, not successful. He teases it in episode 4, her trying to use the Force. He even teased it a little bit in episode 6, she couldn't do it. And in episode 8, it finally happened. Rey 2.0 has emerged. Let's break it down. In the first scene here, you have Ahsoka, Ezra, and Sabine. They are charging Thrawn's ship, and Ahsoka needs help in moving a door. So she asks Ezra to assist in a Force push, and then she, for some reason, asks Sabine to help out as well when she has never used the Force before.
Sabine, help out!
Now, it's very subtle when Sabine puts her hand out. You can hear a noise that indicates she's using the Force, but she's never used the Force before. So in this scene, did she use the Force? There was a sound that she made when she stuck her hand out, and she kept it out the entire time, so I imagine she did a little bit, but it gets worse in the next scene. Ezra is, apparently the Force isn't his ally and he's getting his ass kicked now. Sabine is getting choked out, and watch what she does. She sees the lightsaber on the ground, tries to use the Force, so again you hear the noise. So she's doing something. In the previous scene, she must have been able to do a little bit. Right now, she's not able to move it, but keep watching. Making some progress. It's inching towards her. It moved. And she is able to Force pull it to her. And she pulled a last Jedi. She stabs him in the head, just like Kylo Ren does to the Praetorian Guard in The Last Jedi. Dave Filoni, the savior of Star Wars, who has been plagiarizing every bit of Star Wars in this show, is plagiarizing Rian Johnson. Dave Filoni, how do you like that cooking?
It's raw. It's fucking raw!
Come on, man!
It's raw!
The guy can't change his underwear the right way.
We haven't even served the fucking entree, but I need to get food out!
All of a sudden now, she has tapped into the Force. She has figured it out Rey Skywalker style. Rey tapped into the Force and could all of a sudden use it. Sabine, it's the same way. It just clicked. And if you think this is bad, this is not the worst of it. In the next scene, Ezra needs to make a gigantic jump, and he's not able to do it. But Sabine comes up with an idea. She's able to use the Force now, and she is very confident.
You can't make that jump.
Yes, you can.
I appreciate the confidence.
No, I push you first and you pull me across.
Sabine.
Ezra, I can do this.
Don't doubt her. She got the empowering haircut. She can do this.
Ezra! The longer you hesitate, the harder this gets. Come on!
Okay. Go!
Unbelievable. 10 minutes ago, she's never used the Force before in her life. And now, all of a sudden, she is force pushing him to great lengths so he can make that jump. And he just trusts her that she can do this. They don't do any test run or anything. He just jumps. He knows he can't make the jump on his own, and he just trusts that she can do it because he believes in Dave Filoni's cooking. He believes in the plot armor. This is absolutely terrible. And people need to be held accountable because a few weeks back, when Sabine was training and it was revealed that she had a low midichlorian count and Hu Yang said that she would never be accepted at the academy, people were twisting the words of George Lucas, saying that everyone has the Force and everyone could be a Jedi. And it's true, everyone has the Force. Everyone has midichlorians. And if you don't have enough midichlorians, then you cannot be a Jedi. And if you have the level of midichlorians that Sabine does, you cannot be a Jedi. You could maybe use the Force or maybe do something with a lot of training, a ton of training, but you will never be a Jedi. You will never be that good. In one of my videos, I compared it to being a basketball player in the NBA. There are some people that are just born with more talent than you and more athletic ability than you. And it doesn't matter how much you try and practice and play, you will never be as good as some people who are more naturally gifted. And Sabine falls in that category. She cannot be a Jedi. She is not gifted with enough midichlorians, but people have been twisting that all over the internet, and their justification for it is, oh, she'll only be able to move a cup at the end of the season. Oh, she can be a Jedi if she does a lot of training, like a lot of training. But I knew there was fake news weeks ago. I knew it was fake news. I knew Dave Filoni was setting this up. This is just screenwriting 101. Dave Filoni set this up in the first few episodes and then teased it in episode 4 and then teased it in episode 6. So there had to be a payoff at the end of this season. And this was it. This was it. Rey 2.0. And a character like Sabine Wren being in this show, being able to use the Force with no effort, no training, is not surprising. Because Dave Filoni famously was at that women's conference in 2017 and he was simping for Rey. He didn't care that a character like Kylo Ren, who's a descendant of Skywalker, who's very powerful in the Force, he didn't care. Rey took that lightsaber, took him out, and she looked strong. And he's all for it. And that's why you're seeing Sabine in this show, because Dave Filoni doesn't understand the Force. This stuff has already been established, and it's astonishing that certain people have been pushing fake news, and I think any regular fan that said that Sabine her powers are acceptable as long as she's got the training and everything, I want to hear their explanation now, because I knew it weeks ago she would achieve these powers with no training, with very little effort, because the plot demanded it, because Dave Filoni, the savior of Star Wars, doesn't understand how the Force works, and he doesn't understand Star Wars, and he's a disgrace to George Lucas. I want to know what these people are saying about it. What are they saying now about Sabine's Force powers? How they were unearned? Is it a problem for them now? Or are they just gonna be like, whatever, we're in season 2. Consume. I'm a Star Wars fan. I love all Star Wars. No, I am not going to let this go. I am not going to let people get away with giving this show a stamp of approval when something like this, an abomination, Ray 2.0 happened. People thought that this problem was going to go away. They were going to kick the can down the road, and maybe sometime in the future you'll see her progress in the Force a little bit. No, they have made Sabine a major factor. She has turned on the Force. She can use the Force now. So now when you see her in Season 2, she is just going to be naturally using the Force because she knows how to tap into it now. Midichlorians, doesn't matter, she's a strong woman, and if you support Disney Star Wars from here on out, you are a giant Disney shill. There is no way around it. This canon is completely destroyed, and it cannot be fixed. Dave Filoni is an idiot, he's a hack, he has an Ahsoka fetish, he is a wolf sexual.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.